Before you brag with love, before you say, he loves me so much, he loves me so much, come and listen to this story. Come and listen to somebody that has been in love so much, that even when it was inappropriate to marry, they went ahead to marry. Come and listen to the story they have shared. Says, I don't know how to say this, but I need to get it off my chest. I want to leave out some details to avoid this bouncing back to me. My husband and I got married some years back, though we weren't supposed to, because of our genotypes. I am AS and he is AS. Listen, in fact, as educated as we both were, we knew it was wrong, but we were so attached to each other. I couldn't imagine my life without him, and I guess he couldn't either. We locked ourselves in a room one day, and all we did was cry and wonder. That day, we decided that we weren't going to let the many years of dating and sacrificing a lot for each other go just because of an ordinary genotype. We decided we were going to get married. They couldn't let go. They were so in love with each other. The plan was to adopt kids because my husband's project work during his final year in the university was on sickle cell, and that opened our eyes to see how it destroyed homes, stigmatizations, the pain the victims went through, the early deaths, and a whole lot. We considered all that and decided that we were going to get married but adopt children. Few months into the marriage, we felt the need to have our own children. I especially used to desire being pregnant and delivering my own child when I see other women with babies. I am a health worker. I discussed it with my husband, and he wasn't ready for us to risk any child's happiness. He insisted we adopt. I kept convincing him because I actually met a couple who were both AS, and they had children who were only AS and AA. I also read somewhere online where a couple were both AS and had same AA and AS children without a single SS. My husband also made a few research, and we finally agreed to have our own child. We wanted to give it a try. Not long after that decision, my husband and I had a very serious argument. It was our first major argument after marriage as a couple. I was so mad that evening. He even told me that I was going to be the only one responsible if we ever have any children with SS genotype. He made me feel he wasn't going to be there or like he was doing me a favor. Listening to him that night tore me to pieces. I really wish for a second that I didn't enter this marriage with him. Something broke in me that night. I still wanted to have my own children, but I started to think twice. I knew the burden it came with, and should he not be supportive like he said, I was going to suffer. Every day after that day, I thought of a way out instead of a solution. Then from nowhere came my ex-boyfriend. I don't even know where he got my number from. He didn't even know his genotype, but in the course of talking, I encouraged him to have it checked, and it turned out he was AA. I suddenly started thinking of him, and before I knew it, I was occasionally finding myself in his bed. I told him the challenges I was facing with my husband and how badly I wanted to have my own children. He suggested to impregnate me for my husband if I would love it. I sort of wanted it already, so I decided to give it another thought. I wasn't ready to do it. I wanted my husband to prove me wrong and be more loving, but we constantly fought. He was always upset and couldn't tolerate the pettiest things. I realized at that point that marriage and relationship are indeed two different things. They have nothing in common at all. The man that I loved so much and could move mountains for in a relationship is the same man in marriage, and all I did was to despise him day and night. I was so unhappy. I wished countlessly that I hadn't agreed to settle with him. I found myself wanting my ex instead. So after we quarreled one afternoon about some money he wanted to use to buy treasury bills, I got upset and left home. I went straight to my ex and told him to get me pregnant. I was more than ready. I slept there that day and returned the next day. My husband kept calling and begging that I returned, but I ignored him and did what I wanted. At home the next day, we apologized to each other and had sex. I had to make sure he also slept with me so he couldn't second guess the paternity of any of the children. As I speak, we have 2 children. One is AA and the other is AS. I am not proud of it, but I am equally happy that we do not have a sick child. My husband loves me and he loves them also, and I think my family is better now. We use ourselves as examples to others, but I feel insecure anytime it comes up. My husband is excited about the children. I have also become a bit more submissive because I have come to understand that 2 wrongs don't make a right, and I want to maintain my home as well as not give my husband a reason to want to ever think of DNA. My ex isn't in the picture. He left the picture a long time ago because I didn't want to do anything with him again. What is happening right now is the reason I am writing to you. During a church program last month, my husband was one of the speakers. He was speaking, and before I realized it, he had brought in what God had done for his family, emphasizing on the importance of having a relationship with God, stating how we both are AS but don't have any SS child because we spoke to God and he listened. Anytime he mentions this somewhere, I feel very uncomfortable. I began to sweat and wish to disappear from the place. I have told him I am against it, but he is constantly repeating it. Sometimes I just want to burst out and say, the children aren't yours, so stop this, but I can't do it. So he was still on the topic, elaborating on prayer among others, when one silly young man from the back screamed, "Please confirm with DNA. Oh." The entire church laughed, but I sensed my husband's confidence reduced immediately. He couldn't speak the way he was until it came to an end. When we got home that day, he said nothing, but the following day, he mentioned it, saying the young man must be very undisciplined to interrupt with such a joke. I have since been observing his actions. He takes special interest in the kids. He is more observant, and I am scared he may want to take them for a DNA test without telling me. I know him. He is a very secretive person. I have become very insecure. I am worried my home would be in trouble. I am not like those women who will use their insecurities to harm their partners. I won't harm mine. If he finds out and decides to destroy his own home, that's fine. Until we get there, I want help. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. All I want to say is I need help on what to do. How do I stop this before it happens? Can I go spiritual, or what do I do? Any form of help is welcomed, physically or spiritually. I just want to save my home, please. So these are people who were so much in love that even doctors have told them that, hey, it is inappropriate, you cannot marry. But they still went ahead to marry. This is serious love. Oh. Yes, still. One small argument. So she went to have kids with another man. Please, me, I don't do spiritual thing. I'm not a spiritualist. So any form of spiritual help should be written under the comment section. But if you have anything personal you want to speak to this lady about, you can send a DM. You can text me and maybe I would connect you to. Let's hear what you think in the comment section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. This is Loveandpillsgh.